I know you're here with me, Bob, but I'd really like to know where you are.
In February 2013, a young Indigenous mother was on a road trip with friends in central Cape York. She went to her auntie's house in Coen looking for a place to stay.
When I came out, she put her arms around me and we just both cuddled each other and kissed each other. And there was something about her that, I don't know, she was always smiling.
Miss Bernard is a Cocoa Bearer woman from Kowanyama who her family have asked only be referred to by her surname. The mother of two grew up next door to her Uncle Teddy.
To us, she was a young, happy child growing up in a community. A bit cheeky sometimes when she wants to be, but it was happy most of the time. They were happy.
For 9 long years, her family have been desperately missing her vibrant personality. She disappeared from a remote quarry and no trace of her has ever been found.
It's been really hard. The last 9 years has been hard for all of us. I know her grandmother was always sat on the veranda at her house, crying, wondering what happened to her. Well, where is she? Her dad didn't believe that it was actually her that went missing.
A key witness at the coronial inquest in Cairns is the quarry's caretaker and the last person to see Miss Bernard, Thomas Burns.
The coroner is examining whether Miss Bernard is deceased and if they can work out, due to the evidence given, how she is deceased.
On a Sunday afternoon, Miss Bernard went to the Exchange Hotel and bumped into Thomas Burns, whom she'd met earlier by the Archer River. CCTV footage played at the inquest shows her speaking with Burns. He passes her money. When asked by police, Thomas Burns denied giving her the money, but at the inquest he admitted it was for drinks.
Well, what I see is Miss Bernard sitting there at a table and Thomas Burns approaching her and they're having a conversation. And then later there's further footage where she actually leaves the Exchange Hotel and goes with him. Miss Bernard was desperate to get to her friends and then travel back to Cairns to Kowanyama because it was her son's birthday on the 13th of February.
They drove about an hour north to the Archer River. According to his evidence at the inquest, Thomas Burns claims Miss Bernard wet herself. At the quarry, she had a shower while he put her clothes in the washing machine and then they had a consensual sexual encounter. Later, while he was in another room, Miss Bernard walked off into the night, either naked or in a towel, and he never saw her again.
Why didn't he ring the police then to say, oh my God, Miss Bernard has come home with me consensually, but she's gone out into the dark and I don't know where she is?
Thomas Burns told the court he thought there was a possibility she would turn up. The next morning, Thomas Burns came to the Archer River Roadhouse and spoke to Scott Templeton, the State Emergency Service Controller for Coen. According to Templeton, Burns was worried because he'd taken an Aboriginal woman back to the quarry who was now missing, and he was concerned her relatives could come after him. Templeton claims he told Burns to report her missing, but that didn't happen. Burns told the inquest he doesn't recall Templeton urging him to do anything, but admits he was concerned he'd upset Miss Bernard.
Hello, I'd like to report a stolen car.
The inquest heard later that night Thomas Burns made a call to police accusing Miss Bernard of stealing his work car.
She was on the road and I gave her a lift here yesterday. She camped overnight and she was gone this morning when I got up.
But 13 minutes later, he called back to say he'd found the vehicle.
Hello, I just rang up to report a car stolen. Then I remembered that the car stuck down a hole in the gravel pit down here.
When Cohen police arrived at the quarry, Thomas Burns denied doing anything to her.
Well, I haven't done anything with her. I haven't murdered her, abducted her or anything else.
The lead investigator, Byron Worth, gave evidence that Thomas Burns's recollection of events was somewhat disjointed. When police first spoke to Burns, he claimed he didn't know who to report Miss Bernard missing to and was vague about what day he had driven her to the quarry.
Here with Thomas Burns in relation to an investigation we're running.
This is a police reenactment Thomas Burns performed on the quarry site. Burns claims he suffered injuries to his forearm and chest after he bogged the car here. At the inquest, he denied the injuries could have been caused by Miss Bernard scratching him, maintaining they were caused by splitting a rock.
I drove up to there, I reversed back into here and got stuck on this rock and see on there.
The court heard Mr Burns has a history of racist behaviour and making threats. Under cross-examination, the barrister representing Miss Bernard's family, Andrew Hoare, questioned Thomas Burns about 3 alleged assaults, which included attempted strangulation.
Your first mechanism of violence against these other people is choking and strangulation. You see that?
Yes.
Is there a 4th incident with Ms Bernard?
No.
He was asked if he had killed Miss Bernard, which he repeatedly denied.
Thomas, did you kill Miss Bernard?
No, I did not.
Police conducted 2 extensive searches focusing on the quarry area, finding nothing of interest, but maintaining if she did walk off, they would have found her. The searchers claimed they weren't told investigators suspected foul play, which would have altered the searches. Investigators also ruled out an area known as the Bend, deeming it unlikely Thomas Burns would have driven that far.
The Bend is about 2 kilometres outside Cohen, and Mr Burns had lived there. It has just been dismissed and not been searched, still today.
Her family has come to Cairns to hear the evidence in person from Thomas Burns.
It is very important, but it also will be hard for us to actually hear and to come face to face with someone that was last seen with our niece and our child. We'll find out more information where...
They're disappointed with how police approached the investigation.
They could have done more. Yeah, it's just failing us as a family.
In his report to the coroner, Detective Senior Constable Worth said he couldn't rule out foul play, but it was most likely Miss Bernard had walked off the quarry site.
And I've always said that it felt like because of her background being Aboriginal that it's another Indigenous person go and walk about or will show up again, which isn't the case.
Miss Bernard's family say so many unanswered questions remain and they cannot rest until they bring her home.
We as a family need closure. In Aboriginal culture, we've got to have a body to send away a spirit.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.